Hey everyone, welcome to The Witch's Voice. I'm your Saturday host, Raven Shadowhawk, and this week's topic is Gods and Goddesses of Defense. Now, what I believe we're supposed to be talking about this week is different gods and goddesses that have attributes like protection, defense, war, like all these attributes that can basically help to protect and defend you. Now, my answer and my view on this kind of ties into my personal belief system. I believe that there is one God and one goddess force. That these are these two very powerful forces, a masculine and feminine, and that all these different gods and goddesses are just faces and forms of the God force and the goddess force that are basically there to help people connect with these forces. Somebody might feel drawn to a specific face of the goddess, like Diana or Aphrodite, Athena, like stuff like that. Like they might be drawn to a certain goddess, and by working with them, that's going to aid them in bettering their connection with that goddess force. Somebody might be drawn to work with Cernunnos or Zeus, Hades, Poseidon, or some other god. But because they feel such a connection to that god, by working with them, they are going to better their connection and their relationship with the god force. So I feel as though all these different faces that we see from mythology are just different aspects of the god and the goddess that are there to help people to connect with them more. In terms of defense, I feel like all the gods and the goddesses out there can be worked with to achieve protection, defense, strength, etc. You just have to, going by like their different attributes, you just have to look at it a little differently. Like when you're thinking of defense, the goddess Hecate, or the Moor god might come to mind. Hecate is a very strong goddess, as are all of them, and she can show you the way that you need to go in order to defend yourself, like which direction or which path to take, since she's the way shower. The Morrigan is very known for being a war goddess, but she's also a fertility goddess, a goddess of transformation and shape-shifting, a goddess of magic. So she can be worked with to achieve a pretty high level of defense and protection. But then you could work with somebody like Aphrodite, who people just see as a pretty much all-around love goddess, one of the forms of Venus. And working with her, you could work with her to love your enemies, which would in turn avoid you having to have any kind of altercation or fight with them, which in itself is a method of defense. It's avoidance, complete avoidance, in terms of the gods and the masculine energy. Somebody might want to get help in releasing the beast that's dwelling within them, so they might want to work with Cernunnos. Or Zeus, who is a god very much known for his divine strength. But then you could work with somebody like, I'm trying to think of one that's not just, it just doesn't say like war or defense or anything like that. There are a bunch of them, but let's just say Pan. Even though Pan is a very strong god, some people just see him as like a god of music, laughter, joy, etc. He is a shepherd. And you could work with him not just for strength, but you could work with him for skills in like leadership skills, because he is the god of shepherds. Shepherds lead their sheep; they lead their flocks of sheep. So you could work with Pan to help increase your leadership skills, which would in turn, I would hope, be enough to avoid you a bunch of unnecessary altercations, because if you have good leadership skills and good all-around people skills, then that tends to help you avoid altercation. You could also work with the god Dionysus. Let's just say Dionysus for like happiness. If you want to, let's just say make your try to work on allowing yourself to be more happy as a person. You might want to work with Dionysus, and through that, through working on allowing yourself to be more happy more often, you would in turn, by making yourself a happier person, that in and of itself would probably avoid you a bunch of altercations, because negative people tend to attract negative situations. That's just the way it works. Negative attracts negative, positive tends to attract positive in terms of that kind of stuff. So all of the gods and the goddesses out there, all of the faces of this masculine and feminine energy, they can all be worked with to better you on the inside as well as the outside. And in terms of defense, they can all help you with protection, with defense, with offense. They can help you with all of that. So to me, I don't have specific gods and goddesses of defense. I feel as though each and every one of them can be worked with for that. So I wish you all a wonderful upcoming week. God and Goddess bless. Till next time. And have a wonderful, wonderful Yuletide season.